Hey there, Cthulhu crew, and welcome to my first ever LEGO speed build video. I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna go. I know the audio quality is not going to be the best because I'm just using my video camcorder here to record everything, but hopefully it's not too bad. So anyway, this is a LEGO set that I got for Christmas this year, and I've been meaning to do this video, and a month later I'm finally doing it. I talked about this a while back in a video explaining that this was purchased on eBay for me by my wifey for Christmas, and all of the contents are still in their original packaging. The box itself has been opened before, but that's it. So I was really torn as to whether I should keep it in like awesome collector quality and condition, or if I should open it up and build it and have some fun with it. And the responses were overwhelmingly, yes, I should open it. But there were a few others that said, no, keep it minty fresh, keep it nice and semi-new like it is. I'm a little torn, to be quite honest, but I do want to build it. It's a freaking LEGO set. So the way I'm going to try to do this video, guys, is I'm going to do some segments of speed building so you can see the thing come together quickly, and then I'll do a little bit of storytelling and talking here and there. So stay tuned, make sure to let me know what you think about this video in the comments, and enjoy! Alright, I've got everything opened up and pretty much separated into colors. I would never really do it this way as a kid. I just preferred to have all the pieces in one pile and then just kind of sort through them and pick and choose and try to find the piece I needed. It is more of a treasure hunt that way, but I thought for the purpose of this video it would be a lot simpler to have things sorted out. And got the instruction booklet right here, so let's get started with the first step. I don't know of a good way to keep the instructions in frame, so you guys don't get to see them. You don't really need to see them anyway. But we got red, black, light gray, dark gray, and blue. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's get going. First off, our good buddy Darth Maul. The coolest Sith that ever Sithed. Y'all know it's true. Come on, get that cape on there. And boom shakalaka, and the hood, and it doesn't say to do it just yet, but I'm going to be a rebel. I'm going to go ahead and give him his double-bladed lightsaber. Who doesn't like that lightsaber, man? It's so freaking awesome. How do you not like that? Ah, best Sith ever. So I guess I should explain why I wanted this LEGO set in particular so badly. It is part of the original line of Star Wars Episode 1 sets. Yes, you heard me correctly. Star Wars Episode 1. The movie that all Star Wars fans love the most. Right? Right? It gets a lot of flack. You know, Jar Jar Binks is a thing and all that. The movie's pretty cheesy overall. Acting's pretty bad. But, I don't know, as a kid, it was the movie that was new when it came out well, of course it was new when it came out, holy crap. But, you know, it was the new Star Wars movie for my little brother and I. And boy, oh boy, were we excited for it. We went out, I'm pretty sure opening day, with our dad to see it. And, I mean, we didn't know any better. We enjoyed the movie. Sue me. So, we enjoyed the movie. When it came out on VHS, we picked it up, and we just watched the absolute crap out of that thing. And me being a LEGO fan, when the LEGO line came out, I wanted to have them. So I had the entire line of Lego sets for Star Wars Episode 1, except for this guy. Except for this one. It wasn't even the most expensive set. I want to say it was like $30 or $50 or something like that. So I had sets that were more expensive than this one. But for whatever reason, I just never picked it up. And honestly, it has been grating at me for years and years now, knowing that this set exists and that it had eluded me. And I don't know, it finally drove me nuts enough to the point where I said, screw it, I need to get this dumb set into my life. So I asked Wifey if she could I mentioned that this is one of the things I would enjoy getting for Christmas. And Wifey, bless her heart, found it on the eBays for me, and here we are today. So these, I think, are the little drones that Darth Maul sends out of his ship to go hunt people down. They they float around a little bit. So apparently there's just like a little bay here that we're supposed to pop these things into. These are just Lego guy heads that are all black, and they have one of the little joystick kind of thing stuck onto them. So there's that. Alright, so next up, see if I can show you guys, we're gonna start this little pod thing that I think Darth Maul himself sits in. So I'll set this guy aside for the time being. The main body is coming along quite nicely now. Ha ha ha. So as we get started on this pod, let me tell you, I guess, a memory I have of not owning this set before. In the States here, we have a department store called Kohl's. I don't know if it's outside of the States or not, or even if it's in the greater parts of the States, or if it's just a Midwest thing. But we have a department store called Kohl's. It's kind of like Sears or Herberger's or something like that. I think it's a little lower budget and less selection, that sort of thing. But it's not a bad store by any means. But my mom would frequent that store for buying clothes and household stuffs that we would need. And it was super boring. It was incredibly boring for my little brother and I as kids. We did not want to go to Kohl's. But thankfully, they did have a bit of a toy selection there, a toy aisle. It wasn't much, but they did have Legos there. And like the hours and hours that we would have to spend at that store waiting for my mom to do her shopping, we would literally walk up and down the Lego aisle just looking at Lego sets. And I specifically remember this set sitting on the shelves, me wanting it and me not having it. We also liked the Bionicle sets and the Robo Riders sets. I remember looking at them as well at Kohl's. I don't know why those stick in my memory, but they do, gosh darn it, they do. And I feel like I definitely did pick up some sets from Kohl's, but obviously not this one until just now. But thankfully that little Lego aisle, bless its heart, saved my little brother and I from death by boredom many a shopping trip. I love that little toy aisle. This pod is kind of strange. It's got a lot of blues and reds going on that I don't really know why they're choosing that color palette. I guess there are some blues on the outside of the Sith Infiltrator. So maybe it's matching that. It also seems to be kind of highlighting connectors and stuff like that to make it more obvious for the kids or man-childs, you know, where the connections are supposed to go. All right, now we're going to start on the actual little hovercraft for Darth Maul here. I'm pretty sure that back in the day, you could buy a really small set that was just Darth Maul and this little hovercraft that we're building. And I'm pretty sure I have that as well. But you can also get it with the Sith Infiltrator. Alright, buddy, you're gonna have to lose the lightsaber there for a second. Sit you down. The cape is a bit of an issue trying to get him in here. Come on, guy. Sit down. The cape is stiff because it's so minty fresh and new. And let's get your hands on the steering wheel. Oh gosh! Hood's coming off. This thing does not fit terribly well. There we go. Whew. And there is Darth Maul in his little hover deal. Oh, we're actually supposed to put him in. So he docks like so, with his stupid cape in the way. I guess we're actually supposed to put him in here. He docks like so. His stupid cape kind of squishes and gets in the way though. And then I guess you just close it like that. Alright, I think we're on the last step now, which is putting on some landing gear, or some stands, I guess you could say, since the wings come down below the bottom of the ship. It doesn't really stand up on its own. So I need to make 3 of these little duplicate stand things, or double stands. Put them, let's see, here. And here, and here, if I can get it, there we go. And then a single little stand right in the center of the back part of the body here. Boom! Look at that! Amazing! And yeah, that's all she wrote. And then there's, interesting, there's this little cartoon here at the end with Darth Maul thinking about his ship and like building it and stuff. I don't really get, I guess he's getting inspired by Jawas to rebuild his ship as something else. Yeah, and then there's a bunch of pictures of alternate things you could try building with your set if you desire to dismantle your Sith Infiltrator. Check that out. That's pretty bad looking, man. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I was looking at my extra pieces and I just realized I didn't actually use any of these. They're supposed to go... Yeah, they're supposed to go on here. Herp de derp. I don't know how I missed that. Just to add a little layering to these wings. I do really like the style of this ship. I think it's really cool. So there it is. I've got an extra little joystick bobber thingy. I've got 2 of these smooth red sticks. I don't know if those are just extras or what. And then 2 little blue grills. Oh, yeah, I see where these blue grills are supposed to go. Ha! Ha! I'm a derp. I've missed a few things apparently. But here you go, check out the Sith Infiltrator. That looks pretty sweet, man. I wouldn't mind a little more like definition or more detail on the nose of the ship here. It's a little, I guess this thing in the picture, it looks like they have this angled up a little bit. And that does make it look kind of cool, but then it's also just kind of like sitting there in space. I don't know, but you pop this up. This is where the little droid guys live. And then turn it around. You can flip up this little tab here to kind of release the door. Open the door, it's a little tight. And then broop, out goes your Darth Maul, and you go and you ruin people's lives because you're a bad dude. Get back in your hole, Darth Maul. Boop. I think they've started, or they already have re-released these Episode 1 Lego sets, so you may be familiar with a different looking Sith Infiltrator. But this is set number 7151, as it says on the box. And it is the last missing link of my collection. So very happy to have this. Super excited that not only was it in box, but it was in brand spanking new condition. It hurts me a little bit to have changed that, but it was a fun little build. It's a cool looking little ship, and I'm gonna go fly this around and go ruin Anakin's life and kill Qui-Gon Jinn, and I'm gonna have a good time doing it. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope I didn't botch a speed build video too poorly. I have no idea what I'm doing with this, but I hope it was fun to watch. Let me know, once again, what you thought in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.